Okay, here's a quick tutorial on how to use the Feed4All RSS feed creation software using our new screen capture software. Let's see how this works. The first thing you need is the actual RSS file, which is located on our website in the NUS directory. And this particular file, RSS files, are .xml files. And this particular file is called eclips_eclips.xml. And let's get rid of that. That's annoying. And that file needs to be downloaded to your local drive, and then that resides on your drive and is edited and uploaded and overwrites the website file whenever there is an update, which in the case of Eclipse is every workday. So we'll assume that you have downloaded that file there to your hard drive. So the next step is to open up the Feed4All software, which is here, and now I need to expand it. And if you go to Feed Open, then navigate to wherever it is you have stored the file on your local hard drive, which should be here on my computer, and open it up. Once you have done that, it will appear in this window over here on the left, and you have the ability to move that file up and down in the order depending on how many other files you have in there. So we are working now with this particular file, and when you have double-clicked on that, you will you don't need to double click on it, you just click on it and you will see information over here in the right hand area that you need to edit this feed. First step is to make sure that this auto pub date is enabled in the lower right hand corner. That puts a timestamp on the feed every time that you create an update, which means then the older files, the older items don't repopulate as new items every time that you upload this file. So here's how we update this feed on a daily basis. This area under the required tab will remain the same every time the feed is changed. This part down below, which says pub date, will automatically update as you change it, so you don't need to worry about that. Where the editing takes place is under the optional tab. Where the editing takes place is under the items tab here, which are the actual feed items in the RSS feed. Here's how this works. There are a series of feeds from each day in this window over here, and the easiest way to do this is to highlight the most recent item in the feed and click on this mouse won't work, this button right here called Clone Item. When you do that, it creates a new item exactly as the same as the one before. And what we need to do now is update this to the current feed. And we do that over here in the required table. All we need to do, first of all, is this is going to be for Wednesday, so we will type in Wednesday, December 24th. The next thing that changes is the URL pointing to that file, and that is highlighted here in the description window. And we do that by just changing one little item in the date to the 24th. And then we go down to this window again, and this is the actual link. And again, we want to change that to the 24th. And then we go to the optional window here. This is very important. What we want to do is copy this, make a copy of this link to the pasteboard. So I'm going to do Control C to copy that. Then we go to the optional window, and there's a box here called GUID, and this is very important. This tells the feed that this is a unique item and it shouldn't be repopulated every day. So if we click in this window, it will do a drop-down window. We highlight an automatically generated ID, and we paste in the link. Then we need to click Is Permalink here. Do not click on this Generate GUID because that creates a new set of code. Then just click on the optional button and you will see that it is there again. The link is populated right there. Go back to Required, and you'll see now that this time is updated for 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is when I'm doing this. Of course, when it's done in the morning, it'll be sometime between 9 and 9:30. This has automatically changed the date, the pub date, and all I have to do now is do feed, save, and that has now created a new item in this feed file. The only thing that remains to be done then is to exit out of this program, go back to front page, and do a file import, add file, and this is again where my file is located, and do the highlight this particular file, do open, and then go ahead and hit OK, and that will ask you if you want to import it into this folder on the website and replace the existing file. The answer to that will be yes, because you want to overwrite the file. Once you've done that, the RSS engines will search for that and repopulate the RSS feed with the new information. That's all you need to do. The one thing to be careful of when you import to this directory is this is always highlighted when you open it, and if it is highlighted, it will import to that folder, the About WSDA folder, which is where you don't want it. So you just need to click someplace else, not a folder, and make sure that it does overwrite this file here. And that is all there is to it.